Wait. You're getting nervous, man. Calm down.
Alright folks, we're going to roll into one of the first cord chopping videos for the year here. I'm sure I'll have a couple more, depending on how things go as far as getting the camera out. But we're rolling into the 5th day right now, and I've got some clips that I'm going to dump in here, here and there. This one particular field that we're on now, we plan on putting weed on, and it is on ground that's the furthest from our farm. We've got 3 trucks. 3 other guys that we've hired to come in and help us haul this stuff back to the farm. So we've got 12 trucks running with us right now. 2 of them are my uncle's trucks, and we've hired one guy out of Lansing, New York, Tim Phelps, and he's got a H&S wide body trailer that works pretty good. So we're just gonna roll into this video. We've got clips from the 1st day right up through until the 5th day here or so, and Andrew, he's been getting some dump wagon time in. We've been using him after he gets done with his schoolwork just to chop the triangular parts of the field on the short rounds and stuff like that. I use him for when the trucks when there's a gap in trucks, and that works out pretty good. So it's real dry, real nice conditions here. This particular field here was a mongrel last year. We got like 3 inches of rain when we chopped it. But, well, let's roll into this video here, folks. I hear a truck pulling in now, and we are gonna roll into the video. Well, today's our first full day of chopping, and we get the hook chain the first time on Tim here, but we're on a steep hill. He is empty, and we're opening up around this field here.
It's dry.
It's dry. You need just a little weight on there, Tim, and you would have been able to made it. But
I have it all locked in.
Yeah, if this was a little moist, you'd actually would have had some grip. But the ground is so damn dry and hard that
I'm kicking this rock.
He's even got good tires on here. We're not running floats on this truck because we're gonna haul manure here and there. So we just need to get him up to the top of the hill. We're about 3/4 of the way around this here. Alright, so this drone work that you see in this video, I did not do. One of the local guys, young kid by the name of Luke Wilson, ended up doing all the work you see with the drone while we were chopping this one particular field here. This field is just shy of 19 acres, and it is probably one of the worst fields that we have. It's all on a side hill. It's long, it's narrow, it's got power poles in it, and it's also got islands that have rock in it. Now, what you're going to see is some spots where there's corn missing. That is just some spots where I didn't end up running the planter far enough. And we also have some spots where the sprayer walked on it a little bit. We ended up spraying or applying nitrogen, Auburn Ag did with their sprayer. And when they apply nitrogen, they're running 80 foot. Well, they've got 120 foot booms, but they only use 80 foot of the booms. And we also had fungicide applied just after tassel. So being that it's on a side hill, it was a little bit of a mongrel and they walked on some corn. Can't help that, but we've got a real healthy crop of corn, and I think you can see that here just in the aerial shots from the drone. Now, this one particular spot that we're coming up to here, it's only about 40 feet wide, and I was just able to get the planter through between the power pole and this area to my left here. That's all just, it's bedrock there. You can't grow a crop there. We had cleared that off, cleared all the trees out of there so that we could keep it trimmed up nice, but that's as good as it is. And as you can see, we've got some power poles that end up running across this one field. And when I go around this one pole, Jared goes above it, and I ended up chopping down below it just to get around it. Being that the chopper's on such a side hill, here you go, we got excuses. I ended up spilling a little bit of corn there. So I go below the pole, he goes above the pole. I've got the pipe just, I think I've got it up as far as it'll go in this spot here. I just swing the pipe slightly to the right, I just get by it, and we just keep moving on our way here. Missed the truck a little bit there, we're getting her in. But this ground grows some real good crops. Like I was saying, this one field here is an absolute mongrel. Now, you're probably wondering why we have that one end chopped off already, where you've seen us loading the white trailer. When I started this field, I ended up having just straight trucks to start the field, and we cut it in half like that just to get the trucks out of the field. And it's if you end up chopping the whole length of the field, you end up getting a truck loaded down to this other end, and they can't get around that well to get turned around. They ended up being loaded on the side hill, and that's just not a good situation either. So Jared's loaded. He ends up backing most of the way out of the field before he turns around. I don't know if Luke shows that in this shot here or not, but yeah, he's swinging around the chopper there. I guess, I don't know, I forget what Jared does there. I don't know if he gets turned around or not, but they're loading truck 9, and Luke, he ends up flying the drone right under the spout. He did what Roger tried doing, but Roger ended up crashing my drone. We got Sarah in that little white truck, and he spun the drone around, and we're finishing off truck 9, and I guess you can't quite see too many spray tracks ahead of us here, but now we're loading Sarah. She's running that little white Ford, single axle Ford with a automatic transmission in it, and zoom, he goes right under the spout again. My brother's driving this truck here. It's a 02 Sterling, and he's coming in behind Sarah. Now this one particular spot here where we come up to this one island, I end up cutting down below it. I got like 6 rows left or so, and we're going to let the pipe clean out on Sarah. Sarah's going to go up around the island. She's going to meet us at the other end of the island there. and I'm going to swing the pipe over my left shoulder, and I'm going to chop these 6 rows off onto my brother as we go down and around this one island. Then I swing up around the opposite side of it, and then we'll end up finishing Sarah's truckload off. So my brother, he can't quite make it up this steep hill down at the end of this one island. You'll see that here in a minute. But we make it to the end. I end up swinging the pipe back up and around my right shoulder, and we chop a couple 100 yards onto Sarah. And then once we get her swung around, we actually almost tipped her over. I took her as far as I dared take it, and I almost tipped her truck over as she was coming down on the side hill there. So this one particular field is on the Hudson farm, and we are on the south side of Lyons Road here, and you'll see my brother gets spun out right about, he spins out right about there. If he had flotation tires on that truck, he'd have been able to make it up through there, but he ends up getting a head start, gets up through there, and we just end up swinging the pipe back around and start loading on to Sarah. Sarah almost tipped her truck over right in behind about where the chopper is now, and my brother came in behind her. We both looked at each other like, whoa, that was a close one. You'll see that here in a little bit of a clip here, but we bought this farm, oh boy, maybe 12 years or so ago, and when we first started farming this, we actually farmed this area right here all as one field, but it's on such a side hill that we had to strip it the way we have it stripped, and just to cut down on the erosion. There's a hay strip on the other side of us here, and then there's a triangular corn strip up on the upper side. So as we chop down this little bit of a side hill here, this is just about where we almost tipped Sarah over. I'm kind of contemplating on whether or not I should be taking her down through here. Everything's looking pretty good. We've got not quite 2/3 of a load on, taking things real slow here. Everything's responding very well. And once I get up here a little ways, I get to the point where I realize I probably shouldn't go any farther with her. And as she pulls away from the chopper, you'll see here in a minute, the truck gets a rock, and Luke, I don't know if Luke shows much of that or not, but yeah, I stopped there, let her go, and she goes on and gets rocking. So she's out up on the road there now. Luke's following her out of the lot. I think he wanted to follow her home. She just passes Tim there, and then you'll see an international, one of the international silage trucks is coming at us here. And then right after this clip here, we're going to be going into opening up on the Jared on another farm here. So we're going to drop you off right here, and we're going to start chopping on the Jared.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did. And back in those days, to show how things have changed, one of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a bathing cap. So I walked out with the chain. And I walked up to my car. And they had, in those days, you used to remember the straight razor, you'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in a rain barrel, get them rusty. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. All men and women created by you know the thing. I got hairy legs that turn turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. It would put 720 million women back in the workforce. Nobody should be in jail for a nonviolent crime. No man has a right to raise a hand to a woman in anger. And so we have to just change the culture, period, and keep punching at it and punching at it and punching at it. I'm Jill Biden's husband, and I work for Cedric Richmond. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. We choose science over fiction. We choose truth over facts.
And why should the voters believe that you can win the national election?
I was a Democratic caucus. You ever been to a caucus? No, you haven't. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. No, I haven't taken a test. Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man. Wait. You're getting nervous, man. Granddaughters not only love their dads, their grandpops, they always like them, and that's the great thing. Thank you, baby. Thanks. I want you to meet Finnegan.